President Aliyev saying that Russia down in Azerbaijani plane was not intentional to be a
Yes,
concession to Moscow.
it,
You quoting probably Fox News TV interview.
I'm citing that, which was to say that this was, an accidental, that it was not Moscow's order, that Moscow did not order this.
Intentional, yes.
That's the implication. And that means that while this is a terrible tragedy, while the Russians are to blame in the sense that they didn't maintain better command and control, that's very different than what many Azerbaijanis were saying earlier, that this was an intentional downing of an Azeri civilian aircraft by Russian forces to send a message. Baku has moved away from that position and to one that Moscow will see as very welcome. And I think that
Concession, compromise.
it is a move towards some kind of a compromise. I would hope that we would see Moscow being more forthcoming in issuing an apology for this terrible tragedy, which came because a Russian missile was launched against an Azeri plane. That it's now being described by Baku as an accident, as non-intentional. One
So
could
this
say
is
one can get away with a lot of things if one can get people to agree to that.
so it's premature given that the official investigation is not over and we don't know exactly what happened, whether it was intentional or not.
Well, I think it's premature with respect to the investigation. I don't think it's premature, almost a year on, when you're talking about a very dynamic political situation. President Aliyev has to be worried about how Moscow will respond. If Moscow sees that Azerbaijan is prepared to be more forthcoming on that issue from Moscow's point of view, then that works to Baku's interests. That's my point. I'm not suggesting that the investigation should be wrapped up and that everything is fine. I'm just saying that saying things like that this week in particular is a significant political chess move, and it shows that President Aliyev is very aware that the Russians are going to put more pressure on Baku in the near term, and reopening the shipping line between Baku and Iranian ports is also going to be a major step forward, because it will calm Iran, which has also been calmed by a provision, one of the 17 points, that Armenia and Azerbaijan agree not to have forces from third countries on the borders of anything. So on their common border or on the border on this in this corridor. And I think those are all things that will make it more difficult for Russia to cause problems, not preclude them, but make it more difficult. And what President Aliyev is doing is countering or putting in place ideas that will put Baku in a better position to defend its interests.